Small revenge against hoarders, and it felt better than I thought it would. My neighbor Janet has been a hoarder for like 3 years now, and her front yard looked like a junkyard exploded. Old washing machines, broken bikes, moldy boxes stacked 10 feet high. The smell in summer was literally making me gag when I walked to my car. I tried being nice about it, even offered to help her clean up for free. She just slammed the door in my face. The city wouldn't do anything because technically it was all on her property. But last month things got worse. She started putting overflow junk on the strip of grass between the sidewalk and street. That's city property. I called code enforcement again and they said they'd send someone out eventually. Eventually turned into never. Meanwhile, Janet's crap was now blocking half the sidewalk. Kids had to walk in the street to get around her pile of rotting furniture. I watched this 8-year-old almost get hit by a car because he couldn't see around her stupid refrigerator. That's when I decided to get creative. See, Janet works at the DMV and leaves every morning at exactly 7:30. I know because she revs her ancient Honda like she's starting a race car. The woman has zero consideration for anyone. I did some research and found out the city has this thing called a bulk trash pickup service. You call them, they come get your junk for free, but you have to schedule it and put everything in a specific spot. Perfect. So I called the city and scheduled a pickup for all the stuff Janet had dumped on the public strip. Told them it was my junk and I wanted it gone. The lady on the phone was super helpful. Said they'd be out Thursday morning around 9. Thursday comes and I'm watching from my kitchen window with my coffee. Right on time, this big truck shows up with 3 city workers. They start loading up Janet's overflow pile. Her broken lawnmower, some nasty couch that looked like it came from a crack house, boxes of random garbage. Gone in 20 minutes. I figured that was it. Small victory, but whatever. Except around noon, I see another truck pull up. This one says code enforcement on the side. Apparently, when the bulk pickup guys submitted their report about collecting trash from that address, it triggered an automatic inspection. The code officer takes one look at Janet's front yard disaster and starts writing tickets. I can see him from my window, just standing there shaking his head and scribbling on his clipboard. He was out there for almost an hour. Janet gets home around 5:30 and immediately starts screaming. Not at anyone in particular, just screaming at the sky like a crazy person. She finds the citations taped to her front door and loses it completely. I'm talking full meltdown, throwing stuff around her already trashed yard. Then she storms over to my house and starts pounding on my door. I open it, and she's standing there red-faced with these wild eyes. She knows it was me somehow. Starts yelling about how I had no right to touch her property. I just looked at her and said, "What property?" I called the city to pick up trash that was blocking the public sidewalk. If it was your property, it wouldn't have been there in the first place. She couldn't argue with that logic. Turns out the city fined her $1,200 for violating like 6 different ordinances. Improper storage of refuse, creating a public nuisance, blocking pedestrian access, something about rodent habitat. The best part is she has 30 days to clean it up, or they'll do it themselves and charge her triple. 3 weeks later, her front yard is completely clear. She hired some company to haul everything away. Cost her probably $3,000 total between the fines and cleanup. Her Honda still sounds like garbage, but at least my neighborhood doesn't smell like a dump anymore.